Hello, welcome to the preview of episode. This is what episode 55,
55.
the loss of the poster in the public square. Okay, so this is relative to piece we did earlier regarding 2D design. I think 2D design was a very important kind of fundamental platform that is now missing, and as a result, kind of certain things are kind of starting to. Edo N.
No, tease
Oh,
tea.
tease T. Nothing wrong with Edo N, but tease T.
Okay.
Is that mint?
Yeah, I found one.
Oh.
Here, have a suck.
Oh, nice.
I carried it back from Manhattan.
Refreshing.
Yeah, very.
Okay, so this is a series of ruminations we do about ideas as relates to our particular work. It's called The Realm of Ideas is Free to All, and that's very important because, I mean, this is what happens is the world collapses when the realm of ideas is not free to all. Anyway, this is episode 56, and what are the consequences of what has been lost? So this is a preview of what we're going to talk about. 55?
Yeah.
Yes, 55. Yeah, we're past the 1 year mark. So let
Yeah.
me find my piece that I was going to read. I read this before,
Oh, okay.
you know, but I mean, I think it is all, it's, I think I don't know. I think I read this before, but it's basically the witness.
You don't usually read in the preview.
Yeah, I do. I usually give a piece of it.
Okay.
Yeah, but
a tempting morsel.
yes.
Okay, great.
Okay. Yes, there it is. 311. So many pieces, but okay. So I'm not going to read the whole thing. It's only a paragraph, but
up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Tease tea is smoother than Ito, and actually.
It is.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So you've heard this before, but basically it talks about something I think is very important. In the stable that stands almost in the shadow of the new stone church, a man with gray eyes and gray beard lying amid the odor of the animals humbly tries to will himself into death, much as a man might will himself to sleep. The day, obedient to the vast and secret laws, slowly shifts about and mingles the shadows in the lowly place. Outside lie plowed fields, a ditch clogged with dead leaves, and the faint track of a wolf in the black clay where the line of woods begins. The man sleeps and dreams forgotten. The bells for horizons waken him. Bells are now one of evening's customs in the kingdoms of England. But as a boy, the man has seen the face of Woden and sacred horror and the exultation, the clumsy wooden idol laden with Roman coins and ponderous vestments, the sacrifice of horses, dogs, and prisoners. Before dawn, he will be dead, and with him the last eyewitness images of pagan rites will perish, never to be seen again. The world will be a little poorer when this Saxon man is dead. Things, events that occupy space yet come to an end when someone dies may make us stop and wonder. And yet, one thing or an infinite number of things dies with every man or woman's death, unless the universe has a memory, as Theosophists have suggested. In the course of time, there was one day that closed the last eyes that had looked upon Christ. The battle of Jenin and the love of Helen died with the death of one man. What will die with me the day I die? What pathetic or frail image will be lost to the world? The voice of Macedonio Fernandez, the image of a bay horse in a vacant lot on the corner of Serrano and Carcass, a bar of sulfur in the drawer of an ivory desk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so with things that pass, sometimes we kind of believe we understand the value of things and we protect it. Sometimes, unfortunately, the value of things slip slowly from our hands and we don't understand or appreciate when they disappear. The poster in the public square is not an attack on social media. It has nothing to do with social media. It has to do with the public space and the forum of discussion and the realm of ideas in the public space. Now, this is an idea Julie came up with, so
yeah,
tell us.
I don't have a lot of time left here.
we can go. No,
I think we might need to go a little bit over because
again, just give us the outline.
Yes, I will.
Yeah, it takes. If we go to 10 or 15 minutes, no big deal.
Excellent. Well, I'm talking about what actually spurred the public poster, which was the Belle Epoque poster art, meaning the beautiful era. And the idea is these were not crass advertisements, these were works of art. In fact, these were lithographs. Why is it important? Because without the technical advances in lithography, it would not have been possible to mass produce these works of art as posters to hang on the streets, in the enclaves, on signposts, on light poles, in the public square. They were not just in the public square, they were hung everywhere. They were hung all over the streets, but they were not eyesores the way, you know, crass advertisements are now. No one would want to take home a current advertising piece and put it in their living room or their bedroom. Everybody wanted to take home a Belle Epoque art poster, and these posters were ads for bicycle shops, the Café des Ambassadeurs, Alcazar d'été, which was known as a café concert or singing cafe. There were posters that advertised music halls, posters that advertised a wonderful journal of satire called Pan, after the mischievous and puckish god with the goat feet, and Bruce.
I don't have goat feet.
Yes, you do.
I might.
So Saxoline Petrol, the a drink called peppermint, which was a very strong alcohol with a very, very high proof. The Moulin Rouge. In fact, these posters made the careers of La Goulou, which was a woman, that means the glutton in French, and her career was made by her multiple images on Toulouse-Lautrec's many, many posters. It is estimated that Toulouse-Lautrec, who died extremely young, he was 38 or 39 when he died, managed to
I don't think he was tall enough to be 39.
That's funny. He managed to produce 363 known prints and posters. Now, this is in addition to his paintings. There are about 80 some posters that were lost, so it's actually a lot higher. And the partner of La Goulou was the man without bones, or the boneless one. And he was a can-canist, a can-can dancer. Anyway, in the 1870s, the technical advances made the cost of producing color pieces by the printer art of lithography extremely inexpensive. The technical advances made the color vivid and precise and bright. So the cost went down and the quality went up, and that was the boom. And most people have forgotten the Charest brothers, who produced as many or more posters than Lautrec. And I will just bring up the Atelier Shubrac, which was one of the first graphic design agencies in Paris.
Oh, interesting.
And it was run by Alfred and his brother Léon Shubrac, Schoubrac. Alfred lived from 1853 to 1902. And they basically, you know, made the posters that are incredibly iconic now. So, including posters for Hair Color and the Moulin Rouge, those famous posters. So that's what we are talking about. These were in the public eye, mind, and consciousness.
Right. And I think there's always been I mean, we're not going to really talk about the difference between promotion and propaganda. We're not going to talk about, the kind of like incredibly specious and insipid political things. We're basically going to just talk about the idea, the realm of ideas in the public space in the time of the great posters, and understand that that is basically some time that has been lost. And I think maybe we'll leave that to you to figure out if if this is regretful. I believe it is. I think it's quite regretful. I think that the realm in which we exist in the public sphere, so we're going to try to find out what was the character of the public space, and how might we kind of compare I think we're going to saying it just to kind of leave the thought in your mind. You can think about that as it relates to now. But that's basically it. Anything in last words?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
No.
You want to talk about it, or I'll say? We don't want to give specifics. But we want to say.
What would you like to announce it?
Yes.
We have a very
we will,
exciting announcement.
Next week we will be on a local cable TV show that we taped on Monday. We're not going to dispense any critical details. It's a 12-minute segment. We were the kind of closing of the show. Kind of like the highlight, I guess.
It's not only local; it's broadcast nationally.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. It's
okay,
not
cool.
Local.
All right, so it's a local station, but it is on a national.
It's
broadcast.
on every cable
That's great.
network.
So anyway, we're on this piece.
It was a 20-minute interview about our work at
It's like 12.
Science Complex. No, it went way over 12.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever it was, I
Yeah.
mean, I think what happened was,
Mhm.
we were the kind of prime segment, and we kind of, I think most of the other stuff was like, it's a kind of situation where characters, rogues, villains, people of note, right? Are brought on to kind of like explain to the audience their worth. And I think that whereas a lot of times I think people were looking for promotional kind of opportunities, we were quickly, because of a chance meeting Julie had in a cafe, we were whisked onto this program. It's like, hey, we need to talk to you now.
We were whisked on the next week.
Yeah, practically overnight. So it's again,
a lot of people had been waiting months or even years to get on this
though we are not
program.
I mean, beautiful. Julie's beautiful, but I mean, I'm not
Thank you, Pete.
the most telegenic. But the reality was,
I think you're pretty cute.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's pretty much it. We'll give you more details on Sunday.
I will finish with a final thought
Yes,
on the topic.
Okay.
Is these posters, which yes, were advertising not just products, but personalities, events, and the venues. They advertised everything from opera to can to chanteuses to a dance hall. They inhabited the mass public consciousness like nothing else. These were the mind pictures that people had indelibly burned into their memories that even eclipsed the actual experience.
And in fact, it's funny when we look back at these things, you look at the past, you look at history, there are iconic images. I think that in spite of all the information that we demonstrate, I don't know if we really have a greater degree with all the additional information, a greater degree, or even the same amount of iconic images. In fact, I think so. I think what happens is with the like iconic images is not something we generate anymore. I mean, you think of like things where you're like, oh my goodness, that really exemplifies. And I mean, it's not like we don't have 1,000 million billion, what do they call them? Photojournalists. But I mean, I don't know what. But
they don't make
the iconic images are missing.
Well, no one will ever forget the Charest 1891 poster for a bicycle shop on the Quai d'Orsay. And the poster is the very famous L'Étendard Français. Look it up. You will never, ever forget it. And no one ever did.
Make some photos or take some images so we can show them so people don't know. Okay. So we'll see you Sunday morning. The realm of ideas is free to all, and it's to the benefit of all for us to keep it this way.
How exciting is that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Ciao. Yeah.